Hey everybody, Matt here. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to play a song by Within Temptation called All I Need. This is a requested video. A few months ago I'd done a video for just the intro and I got some comments and some messages basically requesting the full song. So here's the full song. And I've had to work on this a little bit because all the chord charts online that I was using for reference weren't quite right. I mean, they were close. They were very close. It was a good starting point, but I had to sort of figure out a lot of the in-between chords myself. So I think I've got this very close. It sounds pretty good. And this is in drop D. So this is going to be a pretty easy way to play this. I mean, you can pretty much just use one finger, just somewhere on the neck, and you can play this song. And you also have the option. There's a couple of different ways you can play this. You can choose to arpeggiate, each chord, or you can strum. And for me, I think it sounds better arpeggiating the first part of the song, and then after, once it really kicks in towards the middle of the song, you can kind of strum along, and it's sounds fine. Now this video, I'm going to have to go quick because there was a time constraint on the videos on YouTube, so this is going to be really quick, and I apologize. But I'm going to be going through the intro again. And if you saw the video that I did before, just disregard this first section. But I'm going to run through the intro real quick, and then I'll go through each part of the song. There's a lot of chord changes in this song, a lot of kind of walking down the neck, walking back up the neck. But I'll go through each part, and hopefully this will help you out, and you'll be able to play this song. So let's get started. Okay, so let's run through the intro real quick. The song is in drop D, and the song starts on a G note. And if you're in drop D, a G is 5th fret of the low D string. That's your G. And I use my pinky, and this is going to be very reminiscent of the last video, but I'm just going to go quicker. So I make a G note with my pinky on 1st fret of the D string. That's the first note. And then I play it with the open D and open G string for that G5 arpeggio. Okay, so as far as string numbers, it's 6, 5, 3, 6, 4, 3, 4. 6, 4, 3, 4. As far as string numbers. And then right after that part, you go 2nd fret of the G string. That's an A note. And then go 3rd fret G string, it's an A sharp. And then back to 2nd fret. So the first measure. Okay? And then you do that same G5 arpeggio again. Second measure you go, this is all on G string, the first 2, 3, 2. You can do a hammer pull if you want to. And then you go 3rd fret of the D string, grab an F. Alright, so the first 2 measures. Okay, that's the first 2 measures, G, it's the G part. And then it goes to E flat, and you just put your first finger right across the top 3 strings. That's an E flat 5. And then you just arpeggiate that chord. So as far as string numbers, it's 6, 5, 4, 5. And right after that, you grab 3rd fret of the D string, and then back to 1st fret, and then 1st fret A string. Oops. Alright. And then it goes to F, and then I just use my middle finger, 3rd fret, top 3 strings, and then once again 6, 5, 4, 5. And then it goes back to that little A sharp. Grab an F again. 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, D string for that F. And then it goes back to G. Okay? And the reason why I'm using my pinky for that, and the reason why I'm using my index finger for that F, or my middle finger for the F, is because it allows me to use my index finger down here for that, and then I can stretch and grab the G with my pinky again. Alright, so the whole intro together. Okay, that's the intro. If you need a more detailed breakdown of that, You can check out the other video. I'll include a link for it. So yeah, that's the intro. So let's move on to the rest of the song. Okay, so let's start with the rest of the song. Right after the intro and the first verse, you know, doing the little the intro lick, it goes to a pre-chorus. And the pre-chorus, I'm going to be pulling up the song over here, so I'll be looking back and forth. The chords in the pre-chorus, there's only 3 chords in the pre-chorus. It's E flat, F, and G. And again, being in drop D, you could do this with 1 finger, 1st fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret. And for this this pre-chorus, you can actually arpeggiate each part if you want to. And there's so many arpeggio patterns that you can play, and you know, you can play it however you want, and it still fits. But just for the sake of time, I'm not going to go into all the different variations that were tabbed out. You know, maybe you could listen to it real close and pick them out. But for this video, I'm just going to focus on the chord changes, okay? But you do have the freedom to arpeggiate this however you want. Usually you can just kind of bounce between the top 3 strings when you're making a, you know, a 5th chord in drop D, just 1 finger. Something like that. It sounds fine. So let me just start on the pre-chorus and I'll show you the changes, and I'll sort of call out the chords too as I'm playing it. So let me get to the I'll skip the intro too, just for the sake of time. Okay, so that's still the intro part. Okay, so it starts on E flat, F, G, F, E flat, F, stay on F, okay, then from there it goes to a B flat. The chorus starts on B flat. So, and my cat just entered the room. So yeah, the chorus starts on B flat, and the chords in the chorus are B flat, a quick A, G, F, and E flat. It just kind of walks down the neck for that first part, and then it goes back to F real quick, and then back to B flat. Alright, so let me play the chorus, and you could probably strum the chorus and it would sound okay, or you could choose to arpeggiate, you know, whatever arpeggio pattern you think sounds good to your ears. So let's go into the chorus. Okay, still on F, B flat, A, G, F, E flat, F, stay on F, B flat, A, G, F, E flat, F. Alright, so that first chorus, it's got that cutoff right there, and then grab a quick F, and that's when it cuts off. Okay, then the next part of the song, it's got that little, sort of a little breakdown riff there. The distortion kicks in on the guitar, and looking at the tabs online, it's like I couldn't find a certain one that sounded right or felt right. And of course the chord charts didn't even include this little thing. But to my ears, what sounds pretty good, and if you found a better way to, you know, to do this, fire away in the comment box. I'm open to corrections. But you could just stick to the same chord progression as the intro. G to E flat to F. But the way I do it, stay on G, 7, 8, 7, and you can do this all on the top string, just 1 string. E flat, you can do a little hammer on the F, F, hammer on G, and then back to G for the next verse. let you hear it. It's close. And again, if you found that, man, I can't talk today, I'm sorry, I'm having to go so fast, I can't talk. But if you found a better way to play this, like I said, fire away in the comment box. I certainly don't mind being corrected. But that sort of fits, I think. But again, I had to figure that out on my own. So the next part of the song, it goes into another verse, and it's the same G, E flat, F progression. And there's not a whole lot of guitar in this next verse. Let me just let you hear it. Back to G. You could just do something like this. G, E flat, F, and then back to another pre-chorus which starts on E flat, and that's the same E flat, F, G, F, and then back to E flat again. So I'll play the next pre-chorus and let you see those changes. It's the same as the previous pre-chorus. Alright. E flat, F, G, F, E flat, E flat, F, stay on F, and then back to B flat again for the next chorus. Okay? So let me play this next chorus for you so you can see those changes. A, G, F, E flat, F, back to B flat, A, G, F, E flat, okay, this time it goes to G. Right before the bridge, it goes to G. Let me play that part again. E flat, F, yeah, so that chorus, that second chorus, when you're on, right when she says, what's it say? I got my little notes down here as far as lyrics. Don't tear it down, G, what's left of me, make my heart a better place. Right when she says place, go to G, and then back to E flat, first fret for the bridge. And the bridge is pretty big. If you want to strum this, you can really just... I'll play the bridge. G, E flat, F, G, E flat, F, open D, oh. Yeah, it goes to an open D right there, D5, which is the top 3 strings open. Kind of add some tension in the song, I think, throwing that D in there. Because this is a pretty kind of sad, emotional song, kind of. So, I think that D really adds a lot of, you know. Yeah, let me play the bridge again. F, G, F, up, sorry, E flat, D, back to E flat, F, G, F, E flat, F, D. And then this chorus, it's kind of a half a chorus. There's no guitar, but the notes, same notes: B flat, A, G, F, B flat, F, and then back to B flat for that last big chorus. So let me just let you, I'll play just the individual notes so you can hear them. It's the D, B flat, A, G, F, B flat, F, B flat, A, G, F, E flat, sorry, that's like an interlude section. It goes to D again right there. Let me start again. E flat, D at the end. Yes, that little interlude section right before the very last chorus, D, all top three strings open, and then goes back to B flat for that last. Let's start again on that last little bit. D, B flat, A, G, F, E flat, F, back to B flat, A, G, F, E flat, so that last time it does that Make My Heart a Better Place, it does that twice. So you go F, E flat, F, B flat. Let me play that last part again. F, E flat, F, it ends on B flat. Yeah, and that's the whole song. So there's a couple of variations in each chorus. Excuse me. Yeah. And that's basically the whole song. So in closing, just want to remind you once again, when you're arpeggiating certain chords, you can do any pattern that sounds good to you. Just kind of bounce between the D, A, and D strings. And I think this whole video, I think I referred to these as the top three. It's not the top three, it's the bottom three. I'm not sure why I kept saying top three the whole video. It's the bottom three strings. And there's certain sections, when you're arpeggiating the E, grab that note again on the 3rd fret. It sounds okay. If you're arpeggiating the G, grab that A on the 7th fret. 7th fret of the D string. You can throw that in there. There's so many different ways you can arpeggiate this, but this video is really intended to focus on the chord changes, because there are a lot of them, and I'm sorry I had to go so fast, but like I said, this is a lot of song to cram into a 20-minute video. But again, thanks for the request, thanks for watching. This is kind of funny, me being a drummer for 30+ years, and here I am giving guitar lessons. But thanks so much for the request. This has been fun. It's been a challenge for me. But yeah, thanks again, and we'll see you again soon.